All right, all right. Live streaming, clear waters. Tonight, I'm going to be talking and having a conversation with anybody out there about the God scam. Si hablas español, esta se trata de la estafa del Dios. So, if you hear me talking in Spanish, it's because I'm trying to answer to some people in Spanish that for some reason connect to this live stream and ask me questions in Spanish. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. And this is going to be a really interesting topic about the God scam. So if you allow me, I'm going to check real quick, make sure that this live stream is working properly. So I'm just going to go real quick to my channel and make sure that I can see and hear my live stream. So checking right now. Okay, seems to be working fine. And the next thing that I like to do are you involved in a God scam? Welcome. Are you involved? Are you involved? I think it's with a D. In a God scam. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. What's wrong? Thoughts. Okay. I was spelling it wrong. Welcome. Are you involved in a God scam? Share your thoughts. Call in. So let's pin this message and you can let me know if you're involved in one of these God scams. Estoy respondiendo también en español por si acaso. Speaking in Spanish. Bienvenido. Bienvenido. Estás envuelto en una estafa del Dios. Comparte tus pensamientos. Llama. This is gonna be good. The God scam. How it works. I'm gonna let you know. Estás envuelto en una estafa del Dios. Comparte tus pensamientos. Llama. Llama ya. Beautiful. Perfect. So here we go. How this God scam works. Probably you're involved and you don't even know it. So I'm gonna show you how the God scam works. If you're a believer and you're happy with your God of the Bible, probably this is not gonna be good for you. Probably you're not gonna like it. Just giving you a heads up. So, okay, so everything is looking good. I left the Discord link in case you want to call in and share your thoughts about about this topic that I'm putting out right now. So let me pause the music so I can hear clearly. So it is my point of view, it is my experience, this is how I see things, that this thing about beliefs in God, apart from being a mental, emotional problem that we as humans have, and that's why we have to go for irrational ways to make ourselves feel good. Some people take advantage of your pain, of your situation, okay? And they use it to scam people, in my point of view, in my opinion. So, how this scam works, I'm going to show you because this is really interesting. So, at the beginning, when God created humanity, all there was for God and humans was God's divine love. God loved humans, his creation. That was God's divine love for humanity. But there was a little problem with God's perfect creation. What was this problem? I'm going to show you right now. Nobody cared. People were like, nah, God's love, nah. Nobody cared. God created me. Thank you, God. I'm out of here. I want to do my stuff, just go around eating fruit from trees and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So God, got upset. It's like, wait a second. This is my creation. I'm God. This cannot be happening. These humans don't care about my love. Guys, like, no, no, no. No, this is not gonna be like this. I'm your God, so I'm gonna show you. So people were like, whatever. This God trying to play God with us. So what happened next? I'm gonna show you. God said, you know what? I'm gonna come up with a plan. This cannot continue with humans. They don't love me. I was the one that created them. So I'm going to create a plan. With my perfect mind, my perfect God mind. So what was God's perfect plan? It's like, you know what? People are not directing their attention to me. Something is missing in my creation. They're not moving toward me. They're going their own ways. So I gotta come up with a plan that will bring humans' attention to me because I'm their God. So God did this. He's like, you know what? The best way for a human to move towards me is not by just giving them love, because they take it for granted and they don't care and they're like, whatever. So let's create a little problem for humans. So that way, in my God mind, because I'm God, I'm very smart, I create a problem for them and then I'm offer the solution for them. I'm God, the creator. This is gonna be a perfect plan. Create a problem and then offer humans the solution. You see? You see? God is very smart. So, how exactly he did this in his perfect plan of creating this thing, of creating a problem and then offer a solution, he did it by doing this. The problem is that you're gonna die separated from God. He's no longer loving you for nothing. You gotta give him something back. It's not gonna be free love. It's not gonna be unconditional love anymore. So the problem is that if you don't love God, you're gonna die forever. The judgment day, and you're gonna be on the other side of the fence, suffering for eternity. Yep. And the solution is Jesus. You see how this works? So God's divine mind and divine love created this perfect plan to make you move. You're going to move either by push or by pull, but you are going to move now. Because if you don't pay attention to me and you don't love me, it's not like before. Before you were like, bah, I don't care about God. Now you're not going to say that because you are going to pay the optimum price for not loving your God. So, this is the solution. I'm not gonna force you, free will. You either take it or leave it. If you don't take it, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna pay the price. But because I love you, I offer the solution, the medicine, You're sick. You're a sinner. You are gonna die 1,000 times forever. Judgment. You see, understand? So I give you the medicine. The medicine is Jesus. He's going to save you. Oh man, this God, man. Perfect plan. So I'm going to show you something, okay? That if you are a believer, man, just go watch cat videos or dog videos or go listen to your favorite preacher, pastor, God influencer. Because this one I'm going to show you probably is going to open your eyes and you're not going to be happy. This perfect God plan is nothing other than creating polarity. That's it. That's it. A negative and a plus sign. And this reminds me of the Matrix. Now that I see it. Looks very familiar. Now that you have polarity in your system as a human being, because there's energy running through your livelihood, and that energy has to move somewhere. And because God created you, He knows this. He's going to take advantage of this human design. He created polarity. And that probably you're going to understand why God is never going to get rid of the devil. Never, ever. He cannot solve problems. There always have to be the polarity in there. Otherwise, you're going to go back to going, I don't care about God's love. You are presented with a problem. You are presented with a dilemma now. And you have to pay attention because you don't know if this dilemma that God presented to you is real or not. So you better bet on red because this could be real. Maybe not. Maybe it's totally made up. But in this God scam, this polarity has to be there. And you might say, but for what purpose? I don't get it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Just relax. That's it. That's it. You're in the middle. You're right there. That's it. You are going to move somehow. You know why? Because if you're a human being and you are running with the same type of fuel as every other human being runs, you are going to be affected by this polarity and this God scam. If you are an extraterrestrial being, probably you don't run on feel. If you're a human being, your source of life is not food, it's not water, it's not your muscle, it's not your brain, it's feel. That's the energy that runs through your livelihood. Whoever wrote this Bible knew that. And they don't want, I'm not going to say they, I hate when they say they. Whoever wrote this Bible knows that. You cannot understand this because about the God, because then you're going to start asking questions. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So are you saying that this God created this scheme in order to make you move? Man, you figured it out now? Everything about the Bible is about your feelings, about making you move. It's emotional manipulation from beginning to end. The whole entire Bible has one purpose: to make you do things that normally you will not do. If you want to fool yourself and not pay attention to this because in ignorance there's bliss, man, be happy with your God and Lord and Savior. You know, He talks you, He talks to you, He protects you, He does special favors for you. You live your happy life in your small bubble until it pops. Then you're gonna be presented with the awful, horrible nightmare that is to confront your own feelings. It's horrible because before you depended on the God, you know, the God, he saved me, He makes me feel good. Since I met God, you know, everything changed. It's beautiful. I'm a happier person. You take the God away, what's going to happen with me, man? Are you serious, Javier? You want me to stop believing in the God? Are you nuts? Are you telling me I'm going to be all by myself with my thoughts and my feelings? No, 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 no. No, thank you. Leave me alone with my God and my manipulation instructor. I know about it. I don't care. I feel good. I like lying to myself, man. I feel good. This stuff that you're presenting here, Javier, I subconsciously, I know about it, but it doesn't make me feel good. I don't like about the part about not knowing if God is real or not. I don't like it. So I'm going to go watch cat videos and dog videos and listen to my favorite uh, God influencer to tell me that God talked to him last night with a divine revelation. So if you are not aware of this structure, if you're not aware of your humanity, how you work as a human being, if you don't understand this polarity, I'm sorry to tell this to you. Most likely you're being used. This is some serious stuff. especially when you have a family member, a loved one, then suddenly comes home and start talking about gods and spirits and demons and sacrifices. You're like, man, what the hell happened with you? When did you start talking like that? When you got confused about reality and fantasy? You're talking about the fantasy coming from a book. This whole entire book, everything from beginning to end, is fantasy, is made up 100%. But it feels very real to you as a believer because you are emotionally invested in this idea that there's a loving God waiting for you at the end of the road. It is going to be painful for you to come to the realization. You're going to be brokenhearted if you suddenly come to the realization that the whole thing about the Bible is just made up. Eduardo Brose Sanchez. Hi. Hola. So this is how the God scam works. It's not really a scam. It's human ignorance on how a human works. If you lack knowledge about how you as a human being work, someone is going to take advantage of that. And there's millions of people being taken advantage of through this God scam. What about your belief in this idea of a God has nothing to do with your feelings? Can you come up with something that doesn't have to do with you and your feelings? Try it. Give it your best try. And talk about the God without talking about your feelings. I want to see that. So, until now, I have been doing live streams for, I don't know, I think I lost count, probably for the past 2-3 months, every day of the week, asking for anybody to be kind enough to present any evidence of one of these available gods right now. It could be the God of the Bible, it could be Islam, it could be Buddha, it could be any God. Could you be kind enough to share with other human beings why you believe in a particular God? Please, please, no preaching. I think at some level it's kind of disrespectful that I'm going to give someone the opportunity to have a conversation and then you're going to start preaching. I think it's kind of thinking that probably the person that you're preaching is dumb enough that is going to sit down and listen to you share your feelings and how you feel about the God and trying to convince someone to believe what you believe in. No preaching. Human to human conversation. What led you to believe that the character named God in a book, the character named Jesus in a book is real? Maybe Jesus walked the earth and he was a human being. How do you come to the conclusion that he was God? How? Because the book says so. The problem right now with humanity is not they are trying to control us. The billionaires, they're trying to, no, the government, no. It's human ignorance. It's creating a problem and nobody talking about it. Religion, the beliefs in God, it is a mental and or emotional problem that has been normalized. And I'm bringing awareness to take this label of normalizing from this mental and emotional problem of believing in God. Whoever believes in a God either has a mental, emotional problem, or they could be dishonest human beings with themselves. There's no space on an honest human being. There's no space for a God. In order to believe in a God, you have to make some space in your belief system, and you have to sacrifice a little bit of honesty to make space for the God. That's why when you hear someone that is fully in depth into a God, you're like, man, I think you're toast. I think you're way out with this God stuff, man. All you talk about is God, 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 your Savior, God, 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 God. What happened to you? And the person's like, well, because God is real. God is, man, what happened to you? Just 2 months ago, you were talking about your health, you were talking about family, you were talking about your finances, you were talking about doing a business. Now everything is demons and spirits. The hell happened to you, bro? Who? Tell me the name of the person that introduced you with this crap. Who was it? How? You went through probably one of these preachers in the corner? Did he convince you that there's this character in the book is real? This is a channel to bring awareness, to have conversations about the mental, emotional problems human beings are having right now. People are creating their own versions of their God in their own way. That's why you're seeing more crazy people with thinking that they're cats, they're dogs, they're animals, or that they are something that they're not. Men think they're women, women think they're men. What's happening? If you were able to normalize this belief in a God, there's a God up there that is watching you and he's gonna judge you. But where's this God? I don't know, but he's up there. You're absolutely nuts. So if you can believe in a God, I can believe in my own God. I want to be a woman, so leave me alone. But you don't have any evidence that you're a woman. I don't care. You don't have evidence of a God. So I leave you alone with your God, and you leave me alone being a woman. How's that? And we all live happily, right? People nowadays are so fearful of being opposed to the belief of a certain God because of the family, of their friends, their country. And they say, yeah, I believe in a God. No, they don't. They're just fearful that someone is going to be upset if they say that they don't believe in God. Probably their family are going to kick them out. Probably this guy's wife is going to leave him if he tells her that he doesn't believe in any God. Because one thing you're going to find believing in gods that is very common is fear. With God, there are certain things that come by default, and that is fear, and that also is division and conflict. Those are things that you will never get rid when you introduce a God to a society, because these are default that comes with God. As long as the God is invisible, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be division, there's going to be fear, and there's going to be scams. All over the place, man. All these people, I will say most of them that you hear in YouTube, priests, pastors, they're just making money. That's it. The God is real or not, who cares, man? I'm making $1 million a month talking to people about a God. Do you think I'm gonna stop talking about a God? Are you stupid? Do you think I'm stupid? But man, how about honesty? You being, I, I, I spit on your honesty. I don't care, man. You're not gonna pay my bills. Let me make my money. But you don't think the God is real? I don't care if it's real or not, man. People need something to believe in. They need faith. So I give him something to believe in. But you don't believe in a God. Who cares, man? People need to believe in something. Where does that come from? From this manipulation of this reality to the point that your reality is tilted and now you need to believe. But if you have access to the information about who God is and how this whole idea about a God come from, suddenly you don't have to believe anymore. No need to believe now. Now I understand. Like lightning before, we thought that those were the gods that were upset at us and throwing light bulbs. No, we know now lightning comes from the difference in polarity between Earth and the clouds, and then lightning strikes. Probably in, I don't know, 50, 100 years, man. Like, man, do you remember in 2026 people believing in gods? Those were times, man. People were ignorant back there, man. Crazy, 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 crazy. The God scam is just this. Don't try to make it more complicated than this. Make you move in the direction that someone else wants you to move. As long as you're ignorant about this life energy that runs through your system, someone is going to use it to their advantage. There's a bunch of people that know about this: politicians, media, preachers, pastors, God influencers. Make someone feel something and you can control that person. One thing that I find interesting that I said, artists knows this, most of them. You can have a person that sings like Pavarotti, or the best singer in the world, and cannot sell tickets. But you have someone that can barely sing and then fills an entire stadium. Why? Why? Because that artist or that people that is behind that artist they know that people don't move by talent or by the best singer. They move by feel. So they're gonna influence people uh, through the eyes, through their ears, through their touch, emotions, everything they can influence in order to make you buy a ticket. Some people go watch an artist go sing or something, and then 4 years later you look back like, man, why in the world did I pay for a ticket to go watch this person? You were manipulated in order to do that. It's an interesting subject. So, man, 34 minutes on the live stream. So, I don't know if there's anybody on the live stream, but again, like always, these live streams get recorded, and I see that some people go watch at least a little bit of the recorded live streams. And like I said before, I suspect that this information will be useful, will be available, will be of more interest as time goes by. Because by continue lying to ourselves, by continue being more and more ignorant and trying to normalize problems, life is not gonna get better. And the only savior for humanity is not God, it's not Jesus, it's not any of these gods, it's you and me. We are our saviors. Whoever is telling you that there's a savior somewhere in the esoteric, somewhere in the sky, wants something from you, wants energy from you, because the only saviors that we have in this world is you and me. It's a tough one for someone to understand and accept. So that was my talk, if you can say a talk, about the God scam. And of course, donations. Man, I'm gonna put a link for donations. If people want to give money, man, give me money, man. I'll probably come up with another channel that is gonna be called God Clear Waters. I'm always thinking about doing that. God is real, it's not real, who cares, man? Just buy my merchandise and donate money. Hola, Alfaman 23, buenas noches. Me avisa si hablas español o hablas inglés. To speak Spanish or speak English. Porque también puedo contestar preguntas en español. So, there's a link at the bottom. You can call in and share your thoughts about what you think about the God that you believe in. If you believe in a God, what do you think about the God scam that I just presented? I'm calling it God scam, but you can call it something else. God manipulation, using the God for your own advantage. You can call it whatever you want. So, like always, I put some of the videos that I make before. I gotta update this. It's a little bit old videos that I made before. Some of these videos I have a lot of fun doing. Like the Matrix one. I have nothing better to do that day, and I decided to make a Matrix video, but it has a message. So I also like to present my God, this is the creator of the universe, the only creator of the universe, the creator of human beings. Chulum is the only non-violent God available right now, and he's taking over all the rest of the other gods, especially the violent gods. Chulum, the only God. You see, Chulum is the only real God. No other God is real. All other gods are fake, or pagan gods. Remember the name, Chulum. So I guess there's no one on the live stream right now, but I always like to wait. In the meantime, I'll do some of my journaling that I like to do. And I'll put a little bit of music. While I do my journaling. Wow. Put it on mute for a moment. All right, all right. Welcome to this live stream. Clear Waters presenting the God Scam. I'm gonna be doing some journaling. I look for my own live stream. Anybody out there, you can ask a question, you can have a conversation. Si hablas español, también hablo español. right, all right. I did my journaling for today. Gotta find myself another pen. Oh, excuse me. Man, I like this music. That's something I like about church. Music. I gotta admit it. Nice. I'm just going right now through some videos in YouTube. Hey, there's my live stream. Nice. One person watching? Hmm? Nobody's watching. My counter says 0 viewers. So I think this is wrong. Let's click on it just for the heck of it. The God scam. Let's check some of these videos just for the heck of it. Let's check them out. All right, let's check this one. God scam. YouTube. YouTube window. Nothing is impossible. Nope. God scam. There you go. This one. Why beats? Ooh. Wow. Let's fix this. Oh, what am I doing?
Religion has been called many things over the ages, but at its core, it functions like the oldest scam in human history. It takes something intangible, something no one can prove, and sells it as if it were the most certain and valuable thing in the world. It demands payment, obedience, and loyalty in exchange for promises it cannot deliver until after you're dead, when no one can verify them. Unlike a street con artist who disappears after the deal, religion builds an entire institution to ensure the scam runs not just for years, but for generations. At the heart of every scam is a hook. For religion, that hook is fear. Fear of death, fear of punishment, fear of being alone in a vast and different universe. People are told that without religion, they are lost, meaningless, and vulnerable to eternal torment. That fear is paired with an exclusive solution. Only this specific God, in this specific faith, through these specific rituals, can save you. It's the same tactic a fraudster uses when they tell you that only they can protect you from a problem they've exaggerated or invented. The brilliance of the scheme is that it doesn't need to show results in the present. A scammer selling fake medicine might be exposed when their product fails to cure anyone, but religion promises its rewards after death, in a realm no one can visit and return from to give a review. This makes it immune to the kind of evidence that would disprove it. It's like selling tickets to a show that only begins once the audience is gone forever. Religions also master the art of securing a steady flow of resources. They ask for money not as a transaction, but as a sacred duty. Tithes, offerings, donations, all framed as acts of devotion rather than financial exchanges. And the more someone gives, the more they are told they are proving their faith. In the most successful religious systems, this wealth is accumulated tax-free, allowing them to grow empires while their followers are encouraged to be content with little. This isn't just spiritual guidance. It's a financial structure designed to extract resources from the many and consolidate them in the hands of the few. One of the oldest tricks in religion's playbook is to disguise itself as morality. By claiming to be the source of all ethical values, religion positions itself as indispensable. People are
Never seen this video before, but right on the money.
Told that without it, there would be no right or wrong, no justice, no compassion. This is like a con artist convincing you they invented the idea of honesty, so you must trust them completely. In reality, moral behavior existed long before organized religion, and it exists today in secular societies that rank among the most ethical and peaceful in the world. Control of information is another key to the scam's survival. In many historical...
Well, I haven't seen this video, but I'm glad I'm not the only one understanding how this God scam works. So there's a lot of information out there. Probably I should have done a little bit more research before doing my video. Because apparently there's more and more people waking up to this God scam, coming to the conclusion that it's all made up, mainly for money.
Periods, religious authorities decided which books could be read.
So this is the channel Secularis, and the name of the video, Religion is Humanity's Longest Running Scam. Whoever wrote this Bible book, man, smart people.
Which ideas could be taught, and which questions could be asked. People who challenged official teachings risked being labeled heretics, exiled, tortured, or killed. Even today, in some countries, questioning religious dogma can result in imprisonment or execution. By suppressing opposing views, religion maintains a monopoly on truth, not by proving it, but by silencing dissent. What makes this scam so effective is its ability to adapt. When science disproves a claim, religion often reinterprets its teachings to fit the new evidence, as if it had meant that all along. This shifting of the goalposts keeps followers from recognizing that the system was wrong in the first place.
Hello.
Oh, what am I doing?
I'm Ginger. People use me when their stomach feels off, but most people miss.
In this way, religion avoids collapse the way a skilled swindler avoids arrest, by constantly changing.
You know, I'm gonna continue watching that video after I'm done with the live stream. I don't think it's fair for the channel and the creator of that video to play the whole entire thing on my channel. So nice, interesting, very nicely presented. So there's a bunch of videos about faith is a fraud, religion is a fraud, God is a scam, holy coin, church fraud. So I'm glad people seems to be waking up more and more about this God scam that is extremely problematic, taking advantage of people that cannot tell that they are involved in a scam. But anyways, it's been more than an hour. I try to do my live streams for 1 hour unless there's someone asking questions that can be worth it to be here longer than 1 hour. So nobody out there. So I'm out of here and thanking you for watching the live stream or the recorded one. And I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thank you.